Hello everyone. We'll be talking about the update of activities on the Nigerian Stock Exchange at the end of second week of February. As usual, we just look at the top line, which is your all share index, the index that shows the overall performance of the market. Based on this chart, you can see the index, which is like a price on the left side. You can see the period. So it came down, the index came down from like 41,500 to about 4750 thereabouts. But the point is that the index came down. You could see if you are following the news that the market declined for most of the trading days during the just concluded week. So let's quickly come to market turnover, which shows. So here we are looking at the top 20 turnover. If you have been following this channel, you will know that we have certain usual suspects, the GTBs, MTN, WAPCO, First Bank, Dangote Cement, and the rest. So what this shows, for those joining us for the first time, it just shows the heavy movers, those stocks that big investors, big funds, pension funds where they normally put money because these stocks are liquid. You can imagine if so this is for the year to date from January 1st to date. So you see GTB has done 24 billion, meaning that stock is very liquid. If you want to buy or sell, you could easily do so with this stock. So those are the stocks that the big fund will deal with. Looking at the top gainers, champions Yuri still leading the chart, 106% from the beginning of this year, and so these lists has remained constant for a while. Um, there's no new entrants here. If we go to, we are still looking at the year to date figures. So the top losers, we have Sona Assurance leading with 30% loss, Oando 24. So we've talked about them. Like we normally say, losers may present an opportunity because if the loss is not due to anything seriously wrong about the company, but just market movement, then there is always an opportunity for a reversal in fortune. So we always watch out for losers because losers on the market is not necessarily losers in the business. The market and the real business operations, they are not always the same thing. All right. So if we are looking at February week two itself, just the last five trading days last week, we are looking at the turnover. So the turnover, of course, we have the usual suspects as we always call them. And if we look at the gainers, during the week it was not a fantastic week for stock investors. So you have Link Assure leading with 11%. But look at the turnover. Link Assure is an insurance company, 6.7 million. So this is not a very deep stock, deep in the sense that it cannot take all the money you can throw at it. So there are certain people who deal with them, maybe small amount, and they make their 11% and get out of the stock. So let's just drip down. I mean, these are the gainers. So let's look at the top gainer for the week. Link Assure, just break it down a bit. So this is the price chart from 3 months price chart this time around. On this side, you have the price. On this other side, the horizontal side, you have the period, and this bars represents the volume of transactions. So what we saw this week, so you can see it coming down from this top position just before now, and so I want us to pay attention to these things. As regard, we discussed one in one of our previous videos last week that there's a bond listing that is we move money away from the stock market because the federal government just offered bonds investment to the market, and the interest rate was so good that it will make money to leave the stock market, right? So we are seeing some of this effect. You will see that many stock prices will drop in their range, in their trending range. When we say the range, so let's look at this for example. If you are looking at the movement of my cursor, you see that from year to year is a range which this stock traded from throughout December, but now is dropping. It may drop below this line to another range. Now, before the spike around December, for most of November to December, you could see So these lines are showing a price range, a low range and a top range, which was trading before this movement. So what we are expecting now is that because of what is happening with the bond market, you could see the price moving back to the earlier range here. So the new range, so when we talk of range, we are talking of the lowest price to the highest price. So the new range could be between this low price, right, to this high price, the previous one before December. So for us, we want to wait and see what the market will do. For example, and the bond offer is going to close on 17th 17th of February, meaning that for us we want to watch and see how the market we expect the market to see go down, because these investors will have to sell some stocks to take the money to the bond market. So we are going to just chill and see what happens. Looking at the losers for the week, on top of the chart is northern Nigeria flour mills, 20% loss. As usual, we don't always see loss as a bad thing. Loss in the stock market as a bad thing all the time. It may be an opportunity if you are not the one who suffered the loss. It may be an opportunity to buy low and sell high. So if you are a stock trader, there's a clear difference between a trader. If you are a stock trader, between a trader and an investor. If you are a stock trader, all you want to do, buy low, sell high. If you're an investor, then you have to care about the sales, the cash flow, the equipment, the quality of their management, and all these things. So this analysis we have done so far is the analysis that a stock trader will do, right? We are just looking at the top lines. So Northern Nigeria flour mills being the top loser. Let's break it down a bit. So you could also see now this is a 1 year chart. On the right side again, you have the prices. On the horizontal side, you have the period, and these bars represent volume trade. So you could see for the most part of last year, from like April to like November, you will see that the range was quite flat and fixed, but towards the end of November, it moved to another range. That was perhaps when more money was moving into the stock, as since what's it called, the bond, the fixed income space was not too encouraging because the interest rates were very low. But now the CBN, or the debt management office, has come up with a much more improved and tantalizing rate. So once again, we expect this price to move. So we want to wait to see it to settle. We want to know the new range, which may fall back to this range or maybe somewhere in the middle, but we cannot tell now. We want to watch what the market will do from Monday till Wednesday and even beyond. Then we will take a position on that. So that's for Northern Nigeria flour mills. Talking about corporate actions, so during the week, EcoBank, they announced the listing of 300 million euro bond. So euro bond is a dollar denominated bond that issued in another, so is for what's it called? It's for EcoBank, but it's going to be listed on the London Stock Exchange. So 7.25%, which is a decent investment, but they are usually not accessible directly to retail investors. So you have to go through a mutual fund that offers it. If you Now, the second corporate action that involves 11 PLC, which formerly known as Mobi PLC. So they want to delist from the stock exchange, meaning that the company is still operating, nothing is wrong with them, but they want to do the stock exchange. So, and they have given an option for shareholders to approve or to dissent. For dissenting shareholders, they have offered to pay 213 naira per stock, right? 213 naira point 90 kobo per stock. And they arrived at that by looking at the highest trading price in the last 6 months before they had an agent where they made pass a resolution to delist. So, but if you agree, there's a form you will fill, and they will take it off the stock market, but you are still a shareholder. So that's in a nutshell what transpired during the previous week. So for the new week, we want to wait to see the effect of the federal government bonds, and before we take any action. So these are just top lines for specific actions that one can actionable information, we always recommend please join our IMAP platform, which is a mentoring program for those who wants to really get to the nitty gritty to understand how to analyze risk, understand the opportunities in all asset classes. So we look into equities, we look into fixed income, we look into agri tech, we consider it. We also look into cryptocurrency. So here we break things down at a more deeper level so that we can make informed decision over a long period. And that's the mentoring period about is for a year, and that gives us enough time, to be very solid in understanding how these things work so that we can make more money for our portfolios. Thank you. Please, as share. We want to hear your feedback. If you disagree with anything we have said, please do not hesitate to air your disagreement, and but like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.